The Congressional Cup returns to Long Beach, California, and this year marks the 49th year of the longest-running match race regatta in North America. Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson from T2P TV, and welcome back to the Long Beach Yacht Club, where each year over 300 volunteers put on quite a show for 10 of the top match racing teams from around the world.
You're going to have a wild race. We've got four former winners, two of which have sailed in the America's Cup and won America's Cup, as well as we have emerging young stars like Jordan Reese from Australia. We have a returning number one, Monopro, who just finished the Round the World Volvo race. He's back to match racing. Congressional Cup. It was founded in 1964 by an act of Congress, in fact, and we are extremely proud of our legacy. We're very proud of what we're doing, and we want to continue on, and 50 is our big Jubilee year. Some really fun things are going to happen next year.
This year's teams include defending Con Cup champion Ian Williams from Great Britain, Taylor Canfield from the U.S. Virgin Islands, Monopro from New Zealand, Switzerland's Eric Manen, Australia's Jordan Reese, Laurie Jury from New Zealand, Long Beach Yacht Club's own Scotty Dixon, USA's Ed Baird, Italy's Simone Federese, and Rashard from France. Into the first match, and we have Eric Manen on starboard facing Scott Dixon on port.
Yeah, my name is Eric Manen. I'm here for the third time. We have a very great lineup here. It won't be easy for sure. We'll take every match after each other. And of course, the goal is the semi-final, like everyone. And we'll see how far we go.
Into the start, split tack, Manen on port to the committee boat end, Scotty Dixon down here on starboard. Into the top mark, Dixon is in trouble and Manen is in charge of the match. Halfway down the run, both boats on starboard. Manen could be in trouble. Dixon is on his breeze. The move worked. Dixon is ahead. Now Dixon will shift into defense on the upwind leg.
Did have I think the oldest team in FICA Cup. The older guys, really dug it in and did well for me. So unfortunately, two of them couldn't be here this week. I've had to replace them, and we've got Dustin Durand and Shane Young, and unfortunately they bring the average age of the team through the floor, so we're back down to an average team, I think.
Back in our first match, we're headed towards the finish. Scotty Dixon has been leading Eric Manen, but the breeze has just shifted forward on the bow, and Manen is catching up. Dixon now drops his spinnaker as well. The breeze has shifted almost 180 degrees. Facing the finish line, the breeze comes from above. It hits Eric Manen's boat first. He passes Dixon and takes the race. Back on the starting line, the event's youngest competitor, Jordan Reese, will face the most experienced, Ed Baird.
The big disadvantage that we have is that as a team, we haven't sailed together. And for me, I haven't been match racing now for 5 or 6 years. So I got to remember some of those tight situational, opportunities that you can come up with, and how to not trick yourself into, trapping yourself basically, and just remember the rules and how to work when you're in close situations.
5 seconds to go. Baird pushes Reese down towards the pin. Here's the gun. To my eye, Reese looks close to being over. Yes, second horn there, and he'll have to restart.
We've raced against a couple of guys before, Ian Williams last year. We're looking forward to racing against Ed Baird. We haven't seen him before, or Terry, so it's going to be interesting to see what those guys are like. They haven't been here in a while, but obviously they got a lot of credit to their names, so we're looking forward to racing those guys.
Now teams are setting spinnakers at the leeward mark. Here's Baird still leading Reese on their second lap. At the finish of an unusual race, Baird wraps up Reese. Into flight 2, the course has been reset for a northerly breeze as we join Taylor Canfield facing Rashard. Well, that dial-up was a little too close. Mathieu Rashard has a blue flag penalty. Now it's Rashard aggressive. Minute 25 to go to the start. Canfield's in trouble approaching the line. The tack just blew out on the bottom of his headsail. It's come up. The foredeck guy is trying to reconnect it before the start. There's the start. Rashard at the pin. He's going to face Canfield immediately. Canfield is on starboard. The headsail's been fixed, but Rashard is bow forward as he lee bows. The next cross, Rashard is comfortably ahead, but remember, he still has a penalty to do. At the top mark, the race is Rashard's. The delta about 4 boat lengths. Rashard has gained a little bit on the run, heading back upwind. Can Canfield keep the game close enough? As the breeze builds, we're back on the line with Adam Monopro just crossing ahead of Jordan Reese in the pre-start. A minute 50 to go, and it's Reese leading Monopro back to the line. "20 seconds to go, and Reese is now in trouble below ley line for the pin. Can he make it to the start? Monopro tacks, and it is game over. Back in our first match, here's Mathieu Rashard, 1 length to windward of the finish line. He's got to shed that penalty and get rid of it to stay ahead of Canfield and cross the line. Penalty shed. Now, can Canfield catch up from behind? No, and the race goes to Rashard. We're into our next match, and this should be a good one. America's Cup and Con Cup former winner Ed Baird will face 2-time Con Cup champion Ian Williams. No dial-up. Just below the Belmont Pier, Williams sets up to leeward and behind Baird. Just over 2 minutes to go. Close maneuvers in this final minute. Baird tacks for the line, and Williams will ship to his right. Baird goes to close the door on Williams. That didn't work, so it's an even start. Williams just to windward, and he'll tack. Approaching starboard ley line, Williams makes the first move. Baird's on port. Can he get across? It looks really close. You can't see him at this point. He'll pop over the bow and lee bow Ian Williams. At the port ley line, Williams holds Baird out. He's got an early lead. Into the leeward mark, and Baird keeps the game close. Back upwind, the next cross is Williams. Meanwhile, downwind sparks are flying in this match. Eric Manen rather, Adam Monopro, penalty for Monopro, head to win, Spinnaker's up in the air, Hetzel's in the water. Manen gets the lead, but it's far from over. He has a penalty. Upwind, it looks like Manen has enough to do his penalty while Williams leads Bayard to the finish. We join a new match. It's Laurie Jury, and he's trailing behind Jordan Reese. Reese drops his spinnaker in the water, though, as crew rushes to get it back on board. A little bit of a gain for Jury. This is the end of their second lap at the leeward mark. Starboard ley line, and Jury ducks. So it's Jordan Reese having one of his best matches so far, but can he hold off Jury downwind? Into the finish, Jordan Reese hangs on for the win. Well, it was a wild and unpredictable first day here at the Congressional Cup, as it seemed the sailors had to be ready for pretty much anything. And from what we could tell, most of them were. These are, after all, the very best teams in the world. There's a lot more qualifying action to come this week as the round robins continue. For now, I'm Tucker Thompson from T2P TV. We'll see you tomorrow.